Hello, it is Sara Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for Wellness Astrology, this time for the moon in Sagittarius, coming off that powerful new moon in Scorpio. I don't know about y'all, but life's been a whirlwind. So here's my take on what or how to move through this energy. I have said this a bazillion times this year, but I'm gonna say it again. Surrender. Let go, hold on to the raft and go along for the ride. That's your way through this and to set your boundaries and, be the voice that you need to do what you need to do to prepare for a lot of change because we're on it. We're on the horizon. This is November 3rd through the 5th. So of course we have the election day in the United States. But we are also, that means, 16 days away from Pluto entering Aquarius for the next 20 years. That is a long time. I will be in my 60s. Okay. Just a little perspective. And I would have been in my early 30s when Pluto entered Capricorn. So, that's how long Pluto takes to get through a sign. But a little perspective. I know I showed you in the chart for the Scorpio new moon, but we have Pluto entering Aquarius. We have Neptune moving into Aries next March. We then have Saturn moving into Aries, I believe in April or May. I think it's May, off the top of my head. And then we have Jupiter doing his annual change of signs, and he'll be moving from Gemini into Cancer. And then we will have Uranus, who's been in Taurus since 2018, 6 years, moving into Gemini, where Jupiter has just been. And so that's a lot of outer planet change. And I'm going to keep bringing it up and keep reminding you because this is preparation. And what we have in the background of this preparation is this Mars retrograde. And Mars is currently in his shadow during this Sagittarius moon. He will move into Leo. So, hello, we're going to get some fire back in the chart. We haven't had that for a hot minute. We've had a lot of earth and a lot of water. We haven't had a lot of fire since the Aries full moon, so a couple weeks ago. But even then, we didn't have a lot of personal planets in fire. By that, I mean Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Well, I guess Venus has been in Sag for a while. Sorry, my bad. But Mars in Leo, along with Mercury now in Sagittarius, people are going to be far less filtered if they've been filtered. They've been filtered. And even if they've been filtered, the filters are done. Mars and Leo with Mercury and Sag, where Mercury will be, by the way, for a couple of months, because he's going to retrograde later on this month, November. And so careful what you say, watch your tongue, think about it before you speak about it, but also maybe there's some things you need to say about what you need and how you need it done. There's so many ways to look at this, right? Because there's just so much going on. Because the other aspect of this, or the other angle at which to look at this, is surrendering to maybe you need to be supported by someone or some entity that you hadn't previously considered or you didn't want to consider, but now you kind of understand the assignment in that sometimes you got to surrender and be supported in ways that you didn't want to be because you need the support. And so I feel like saying, keep in mind that how someone's like attitude or thought process or their why for supporting you is not your karma. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to like it, but you also don't have to worry about it. So there's a lot of surrender here because I know that there's a lot of many of you who watch this come from the coaching industry, and I appreciate you and love you so much. But for us to get where we want to get, sometimes we need to be supported by the thing or the person or the people that we resist the most. And that's hard to hear, that's hard to even say, but the reality is that sometimes we have to let go of our ego, our resistance, our stubbornness, and be okay knowing that we can't do it all and that it's okay to get help or support where we can get support. So, in addition, now that we have Mars in Leo, we have Mercury in Sag, Venus finishing up in Sag, more fire in the chart than we've had in quite some time. Be aware of things like tempers, words, verbiage, verbal communication, saying, those sorts of things, but also be attentive to inflammation. Mars is inflammation. And because our tempers are flaring up and our moods are flaring up and what the hell is going on and all of these questions and everybody's really stirred up, right? And everybody wants answers, especially in the United States. We all want an answer. And we may not be satisfied with the answer. Personally, I don't think any of us is going to, everybody's good. Not everybody can be happy with how it goes, right? So, but I would also invite everyone to take a very zoomed out perspective and realize that we all need to see a part or parts of other people. Because if we're going about this with this side thinks that that side's hateful and that side thinks that this side is hateful, none of us is getting the plot. We've all lost the plot. Okay. Because we all know somebody in our circle of friends, in our family, who supports the other side. Whether we agree with them or not, it's I have some very, very good friends and friends that I would call on if I needed them, and they would be there for me. I highly don't agree with them, but I don't care. They're good people. It's like, okay. So we can overlook these things and acknowledge that every one of us is on the same human team at the end of the day. So I don't think we're all going to get the answer that we want. I don't think the election is going to go smoothly at all. It hasn't gone smoothly for the last however many, since 2016, we haven't had a smooth election. And you can blame this person, you can blame that person. What if the shit was going to come to light regardless of who the people were that were involved? Because at some point, the dark has to come to light in order to be healed, in order to be transmuted. So I don't know, just think about how you're treating each other. All right. And realize that maybe there's something you're unwilling to see about someone else or the other side or the opponents or whatever. Like maybe there's just something you're unwilling to see because you're so determined that this is how they are. They're evil. They're this, they're that, they're blah, 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 blah. But what if the dark was going to be brought to light no matter who was involved? All right. So be attentive to your body. Hydration, of course, because we're in, we're getting, I know I've noticed that, and I live in Southeast Illinois. We have not had a lot of rain. We finally got some, but definitely not enough. And so hydration. Be attentive to your body and ask for support when you need it. Don't wait till it gets too late. Many of us are in vulnerable, we're all vulnerable at the end of the day for health crises and health issues and things like that. So certainly don't wait until it's too late. Get the help you need, ask for it. Don't try to tough it out. Don't try to, that kind of thing. If you're being attentive and all of the things and everything seems to be healing. Okay. But I guess what I'm saying is, and this is not medical advice, but like, certainly be attentive to your health, your body, your systems, is everything moving and flowing the way it's supposed to move and flow. So anyway, let's see what's up with the tarot, and then we'll get a dark magic MAGICK card and see what's up there. So The world in reverse. Yeah, the mission is not going the way you thought it was going to go. It's the world's not going the way you wanted it to go, thought it was going to go. But I guess the whole thing here is don't get victim to it. Don't get, don't lose your stay in your don't lose your spot. Don't lose your confidence. Don't lose your because it's not going to go how any of us wants it to go, right? The universe is throwing us curveballs left, right, sideways, upside down, and through the roof, and all of that. The universe is throwing us curveballs, and they are not going to stop anytime soon. In fact, if anything, once Pluto hits Aquarius on the 19th, it's going to accelerate. And then when March hits, May hits, certainly when July hits next year, y'all. So this is the world in reverse. And I think this is the universe's reminder of, I'm going to keep throwing you some curveballs because you have a lot you need to cleanse, clear in order to, and speak in order to go where you want to go, right? There's a kind and compassionate and courteous way to handle business with whomever you need to handle business with, but all the while staying in your lane and doing what you need to do to get where you want to get. This is Scorpio season. You get to be almost the villain of holding your boundaries, but at the same time, know that you have a role to play in multiple aspects of life, whether we like it or not. That's just the way it is, right? We all have a family, we all have friends, we all have people that we support, whether we are an entrepreneur or not. We all have readers waiting to read our books that we're writing. We all have people waiting to watch our videos we're producing. We all have people wanting us to educate them on the thing that we can educate them on. And we have to honor ourselves by taking the time, investing the time to fulfill that role, but at the same time, fulfilling your role with your people that you need to fulfill a role with. We all have a way of being of service to each other, and we have to honor that. Can't just stay in our own little bubble all the time. Yes, there's boundaries, and there's giving other people time and time that they need for you to be there and be attentive to them, if that makes sense. I feel like that's kind of the fine line we're all kind of walking right now. And then we haven't had this in a while, the Hierophant. I always forget who this is. It's an admiral, and she was in, I don't know, 2 episodes, and I never can remember her name off the top of my head. But either way, the Hierophant, you get to be unconventional. If that means that you sleep all day and you work all night because you can, who cares? As long as you fulfill your responsibilities, Saturn, you fulfill your responsibilities to yourself, the bills you need to pay. We all got to participate in the matrix somehow, some way, whether we like it or not. We got to participate because that's what we came here to do as humans, is participate. But on the flip side of it, you can also, take a nap. You can also drink tea. You can also educate people on herbalism, right? Just had a huge conversation with somebody about herbalism today. Okay. You get to educate people on wellness astrology. If you'd like to reading, book one. you know, we get to play along with the rules to the extent that which we have to, but we also get to be very unconventional. And whether that's unconventional in your relationship, maybe you and your partner need separate spaces to sleep. Maybe you and your partner need to be in different houses. Maybe you and your loved ones have to come together, even if don't always get along, but there has to be some sort of team play, right? All right. Let's see what's up with the dark magic deck. I like this deck. Y'all love this deck. I had so much fun with the sun signs with it. I really like it. I have to bring it back, I think, for probably Aquarius. I think this is an Aquarius Scorpio deck. I've been trying to get decks that really align with the signs. I've been always using the Angel Tarot for Pisces, sometimes with Virgo. And so I really try to look for oracle decks that actually match the zodiac so that it kind of aligns with the characteristics or the archetypes of the signs. So let's see what we get for the dark magic of Scorpio season. Did y'all have a good Halloween? Ooh, hold on. You got a deck trying to fly away. What were you for Halloween? Did you dress up? Did your kids dress up? What was the situation? I didn't do nothing on Halloween. I usually don't. I don't do holidays very frequently. I mean, I appreciate like seeing my friends' kids, and people dressed up, but it's just, I don't know. Never been my thing. I probably did it when I was a kid because I was a kid. Reveal. Express the real you. Absolutely. Joe, I don't know if you could hear that off camera, but I had this deck of cards sitting on a box and they're like slippery cards. I don't know if you can tell, like the shiny, that means they're like slippery. The whole fucking deck just fell on the floor. It just, I had it sitting on a box. It's a flat surface. Oh no, it wasn't. The lid was like cockeyed a little bit. Oh man, that's hilarious. That was my Halloween trick. Reveal your true self. Uh, Sometimes your true self gets to have a flaky, flighty, what my friend used to call a blind blonde moment. That's what my friend used to call them. Was a blind blonde moment. I'm not so much a blonde, but blind for sure. Um, and I can certainly act like a blind blonde sometimes, but I mean, and laughing at yourself and being okay that, whoops, the deck just completely flew off the side of the desk and I can't move my chair until I find all the cards because I'm blind. So that's a whole other thing. Anyway, they're all black, so they'll contrast on my floor. But I think the thing is like don't be afraid to be you. And if people don't like you, it's not your problem, it's not your business, right? I'm very certain there are people in my family, there are people that talk about me all the time. I know that they do. I'm okay with it. I really don't. I'm not, I don't, it's not my place to spend my energy or exert energy towards whatever they say or think about me. What's my business is my business, my astrology, and what I do to continue to heal myself, be myself, laugh at myself, all of the things. So, anywho, reveal yourself. Let's see let's see with this Sagittarius moon, do you have the courage to be yourself? With the Scorpio season, the weirdest, shiftiest, changiest Scorpio season, Pluto heading into Aquarius. Aquarius loves humans that are just themselves. They don't, they, if you are different from them, they appreciate you that much more as long as you're authentic. Let's see if y'all got it. Do you all have the courage, the strength, the power to be yourself amid the chaos of this world? You? I want to know. Tell me in the comments what thing you would do differently, right? If you were to just be yourself. For me, it's laughing at my flakiness and my flightiness. And, like earlier today, I was just like, do I have a brain today? No, the answer is no, I don't. Um, anyway, so that's what I have for this Moon and Sag. Probably a pretty long video, but I don't care anymore. You can always speed up the playback on these videos if you want to. There is a little, let me think. I think it's up in this corner. There's a little gear. Let's see, this corner. There's a little, if you tap on this, if you're on a mobile device, tap on the screen, there's a little gear up here that'll drop down and it'll say playback speed and it says normal. Click on normal and it'll give you options to speed up the playback of the video. Trust me, I listen to 3-hour astrology videos. You better believe I'm speeding that shit up. I don't have time. So anyway, that's how, if you feel like my videos are too long and you need to speed me up, because I can't talk faster, I'm not a chickmunk, you can click on the little gear, come down here where it says normal and speed it up. All right. I don't know how to do it on a Roku TV. I think I knew at one point, but I usually just AirPlay from my iPad so I can make the adjustments on my iPad to do it on a Roku TV or any other smart TV. I'm sure Apple TV has a better way than Roku TV does. But anyway, all right, I'm done. I'm out. See y'all later. Have a good one.